The young naval officer Philip Mountbatten already knew about service, of course. He'd served in the war and could have risen to the top in the Royal Navy, but that ambition had to be set aside when he married.
Naturally disappointing, because I'd just been promoted to commander. And in fact, the most interesting part of a naval career was just starting. Being married to the Queen, it seemed to me that my first duty was to serve her in the best way I could.
And that would mean a very different life, often in a spotlight he would not otherwise have sought. This was the newlyweds' coronation tour of Jamaica, one of 637 overseas trips he's now made as Duke of Edinburgh.
This indeed was an historic occasion.
There have been countless duties at the Queen's side, meeting the leaders of the day, and some 22,000 solo engagements, including this visit to British troops based in Germany, where he took command of a tank. Alongside the state duties, almost 800 charities and other organisations have enjoyed his patronage.
The expedition was never intended as an endurance test, but it becomes pretty near to one during the descent.
In 1956, he gave his name to a scheme that would encourage generations of young people to enjoy and test themselves in the outdoors.
The main purpose of the scheme is to help boys to find activities which will give them pleasure and satisfaction, perhaps for the rest of their lives.
The environment and the natural world have been another long-standing passion. For 15 years, he was the high-profile president of the World Wildlife Fund, often championing endangered species.
And they've got nostrils on the end there. If people in this generation have any feelings whatever for their descendants, they ought to be a great deal more active in the conservation of nature and the conservation of resources generally.
For 70 years, only the worst of ill health has kept him away from duty. During the Jubilee celebrations, he famously stood for hours in the rain, bringing on a bout of illness. His causes will see less of him now. Others will take his place alongside the Queen. After 7 decades, it's time to pass the baton on. Paul Davis, ITV News.